What's up, guys? Vince Ruddy here, and welcome back to VinzTalk. I am sore. I am so sore. My legs, my thighs, oh my goodness. What else is new? It was a dumbest mistake. I was in the gym, okay, and I love going to the gym. Too much to the point where I did this, I don't know, this machine thing, and it really hurt my calves. I'm like, ow. So yeah, I'm sore. And I don't even know what other better thing to do other than just like, yo, let me just record a Vince Talk. I did do a Vince Talk podcast. We're gonna see that soon, and there's a slight chance that I will be canceled for making this particular Vince Talk podcast. That's for sure. But I don't care. Anyways, hope the Lord's blessing y'all today. I have an event to go to this Saturday. Hold on, I'm wiping my sweat because it's so freaking hot still. Golly. But yeah, I have an event this Saturday, and yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. I can't share much of the event. It's a hip hop event. There's a part of me where I'm not even excited. As I'm recording, I'm still waiting for my friend Stefan because he's coming with me to get his ticket. There's a part of me, if he didn't get it, if he didn't get his ticket, I probably wouldn't blame him because I'm also not that looking forward to it. There's a part of me where I'm like, oh, I'm screwed because in 2 days the event is gonna begin, and I hope that my calves and my upper thigh, because right now it's freaking sore, and hopefully it's healed by the time that day comes. You just never know. But yeah, I just been working. I've been doing having YouTube as not a job. I mean, yeah, it's cool to have a YouTube channel. It's cool that I have videos, and it's cool that I collab with the amazing people that I did over basically the decade, not decades, but just this decade of me making YouTube videos, because in some ways it has somewhat been more than 10 years or something like that, which is crazy to think of. But I really don't take it seriously at all. I don't care. There's a part of me where I'm like, you know what? It's okay if this channel is gone. With the amount of videos that I'm deleting off this channel just to prevent myself from, getting deleted off this, platform, or basically getting terminated. My God, whatever. It is what it is. But I'm not here to be serious or anything. I really stopped being serious for mental health reasons. I stopped being serious with this channel. So I just want to come in here and just check how everyone's doing. So that's what we're gonna do. Other than for me, yeah, let's get into some news. I've been doing good. I'm hot. I have an unboxing to do later, so I'm looking forward to that. And an event, of course. I'm not prepared for this event. I really don't know how these professionals do it. But for me, I'm just there to hang out with my friends from the hip hop space, and we're all gonna chill and just boogie out, just do a quick ciphering here and there, and I'm just gonna chill with basically my brothers, you know what I mean? Anyways, what's up with all the freaking cat's eye nonsense going on in Discord? I still have a Discord. I don't know why this happens. Why is it that the moments that I'm very, very busy is the moments that my Discord be popping? Stop calling me. Okay, you kids shouldn't be calling me and stuff like that. And I know it's a bunch of kids doing this nonsense. Okay, Papa's busy. Anyways, let's get to it. Let's get into some godly news before we go into some normal news, which is not a lot. And I'm gonna do this quick because I ain't here to waste nobody's time. I want to take a shower. I want to, just take a nap. Damn it. Anyways, godly news. So, there was this woman that claims that she's a prophet or something like that, rebuking one of the biggest churches out there. And until this day, I'm really wondering, because this happened 2 days ago or something like that. And it's like the most, I don't know what it is. There's a part of me where this is just very insulting, because it's a church that is very real for Christ. Okay, what they preach and what they, within the gospel is unapologetic. Anthony Michael Phillips is, or Anthony Philip, I think that's Philip Anthony Michaels or something in that lane of words, okay? Listen, there's a reason why with this channel, when it comes to Christian, topics and stuff like that, I know that I'm supposed to make that the main thing in this channel now, since I have gave my life to Christ, but it really hasn't been, an easy process in terms of knowledge. And I basically would get an F minus if I was graded, or basically anything. Everything is just useful because I use ChatGPT. But for this one, I can't. I have to use within my heart, but I don't like to treat it as a test. I'm just a man that knows the right things, that understood that, Jesus is king and pretty much he's our Lord and Savior, and we will all be judged in the days that we die once we meet him, in the times that we stop breathing or whatever happens to us, okay? You can't get away from God, okay? That's the truth. And he has saved me from, sin, from debauchery, especially in the LGBT space, that I repented from that lifestyle. I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. And listen, people can be offended and stuff like that. First off, I'm trying to go to heaven. Ain't nobody here trying to drag me into hell, okay? I say that through my chest. I don't care what you do in your lifestyle, but you got to understand that negativity can lead to bigger negativity. It can lead to sin. I was preaching nonstop when I was in the doing this VinzTalk podcast, okay? Talking about the lifestyles in the LGBT space. And I was just unapologetic. I was going in because you know what? I don't give a damn. I'm done with this lifestyle. I'm done with the webtoon. I'm done. Listen, whatever those link into is nothing but sin. Unless they repent, unless they make, I wish there was a biblical, series in webtoon or something like that. I probably still won't come back because the termination numbers. But at the same time, I just wish that, the things that I love and the people that I care about, would just come to Christ. And I get it, it's a corporation, it's a company, but there's people in that space, or people that work with in webtoon, that I really wish the best for them. And when I wish the best for people, I usually recommend them to come to Christ. Okay? And I know people don't like hearing that. I know people don't like to get religious. Well, I'm sorry. What do you even suggest? Okay? What do you suggest that how we all should go to heaven? It's common sense, people. But other than that, this one right here was somewhat of a prophet. Not really. People say, she's a witch or something. But it was rebuking a church. But there were so many other places out there you could have rebuked. I guarantee you that the Dunkin' Donuts next to the freaking church is actually more demonic. And I'm saying this in the sense, I know that I don't even know, actually. Is Dunkin' Donuts demonic? I don't freaking know. Okay, that's a triple D, demonic Dunkin' Donuts. But thank goodness it's not. Because the church itself, they preach, it's just like any other church. I'm surprised that my church, that is highly a bit softer. I'm not going to name the names, okay? But it's more soft-spoken than, the actual church that I'm talking about, which is 2819. And 2819 church just had these random people rebuking the church. Is there something that the church is hiding? Or is there something that like a demon came to these ladies, because demons are real, and they came to this woman, telling her, you need to rebuke this or else, or something like that. You know what I mean? So I don't know what that's all about. But other Christian news, apparently there's a Jesus horror movie coming up. I'm not sure what that's about. There is some horror elements, at least I like to think of it, in the Bible. There was people that are possessed or something. And also there was the moments of certain possessees, with Mary Magdalene. I remember seeing that first scene in The Chosen, and that was kind of scary. You see, the priest was scared to actually try to heal Mary Magdalene. Yeah, that felt real. Okay, that felt terrifying. But there is this, show that was trying to rearrange the Bible or something and try to make a horror show out of Jesus or something. And also for the wrong reasons, which is I know for a fact that God would not allow. There is punishment behind this, for sure. There's punishment for anyone that goes up against God, but it doesn't need to be like that. It also, in a sense, if you're trying to worship demons or something, there's a price. I feel there is a price to pay if you're trying to go into that level, because, listen, the Bible warns us about it, of entertaining demons. And pretty much, I feel if we keep doing this, the thing is that we will, resettle the consequences that we didn't ask for. But hey, I don't know what to tell you. There was a warning about it. I think there is this simplistic idea that people are not understanding. Evil is evil. Evil is evil. But for whatever reason, we tend to actually go to certain, dictate certain things that are positive and not positive. But that's not our saying. If it doesn't follow the Bible with it, like who you even trying to talk to? Anyways, I would be preaching out here, but let's just get into some news and get, a little unserious right now because I want to talk about the freaking Cat's Eye versus Sweeney situation. Gap versus American Eagle. Who did it? Who won it? I don't know what's going on with this trend with Cat's Eye. I don't support Cat's Eye. That's just not my type of, music in a sense at all. Definitely, they do not honor God at any sense. Okay, and I'm not. It's just that the influence that it brings is just not. I don't know. Like it's over sexualized for a reason. At least the way I see it. Gosh, I really do sound like my dad when I'm talking about this. It's just that I don't support it. I'm not a fan, or I seen the Cat's Eye documentary. I seen aspects of Cat's Eye for sure, because in some ways I do appreciate that there is an American, pop, okay, American pop band or something that it can actually be equivalent to, here in the U.S. for sure. But at the same time, I'm not really the biggest fan of it because, well, what else is there for me to talk about it? It's like, yeah, sure, Cat's Eye. Okay, I don't know what to really, go into about, a certain, listen, maybe it's just my age. Maybe I'm too old for this or something. But I know some people are very, very into it. But for me, I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. The same thing for Sydney Sweeney. I do not care. I feel like when we idolize women online, there's a certain level of weirdness that it gets to where it's like, I don't know about it. That's just my opinion. I don't know. And also, Gap versus American Eagle, I don't care. Who won? I don't know. I was going to talk about Burning Man, but I already talked about that in the VinzTalk podcast. Go check that out. Let's get into some gaming. So for gaming news, Silksong is doing numbers. Silksong is having $20 pretty much to buy the game. And also, Hollow Knight has lowered the price for 15 or something. Or maybe it was 15 for the whole time. But yeah, there's a lot of talk behind Silksong. And also, I wanted to really play it, but I never finished Hollow Knight. So I have to go through that. But anyways, yeah, development heaven is a term that I never heard before. I never thought that term would actually be a thing nowadays. But apparently, development hell, aka when it comes to game development, there's a good and evil. I feel like the evil part is something that really corrupts games, Like I said before, evil is evil. And when it comes to game development and evil, the aspects of it, especially when it was trying to be developed very quickly or something just to get people's numbers, or just try to get numbers for the sales and whatever. Silksong, or at least the people that made Silksong, did the opposite. They took their damn time of making games. How is that simple, but people don't even follow? I never thought we would reach this point, but there's a reason. And maybe there's a part of me of reasons why GTA 6 is taking a long time because, well, it's in development heaven, I think. But also it costs $100 to buy, so that's another thing. And I'm just like, well, games seriously don't need to be $100. And I say this for so many times when it comes to these games. It's like, listen, games don't need to be so damn expensive. They can be in the right space when it comes down to just the right timing. And if enough people care about it, listen, it's going to get support. There's nothing bad is going to happen to the game. But, it's just a simple concept that many game developers, especially major ones, don't necessarily follow. So I don't know how we reached to that point, but that's big ups. Big ups to, what is it called? Team Cherry or something? The creators of Hollow Knights. Yeah, that's the only way to go. That has to be it's the right way. Anyways, let's talk about this whole ProZD freaking situation that I don't really care about. But I'll just give my 2 cents about it. ProZD is a freaking voice actor that is just a person that, just does voice acting roles. I remember him from his YouTube stuff that he does. So I'm not really that big into like what he does at all anymore. I don't even follow the guy. But I do remember some of the skits that he did on YouTube, some short skits, and they're pretty cool. I really do enjoy them. There was one emotional one that I really enjoyed. I think I have it saved somewhere, but I enjoy his skits. He's not that bad. I don't really care about the other videos he makes, like Top Games or whatever, dude. But apparently he got, the full controversy. He got a little taste of the controversy of him basically just what was it? It's him like talking about how certain voice actor roles should be within their own race. Like I'm Filipino, I'm supposed to voice act Filipino people, but that would literally lower the job applicants because I feel like, listen, if you're a janitor, yes, a lot of times you're supposed to be a janitor. You're supposed to clean, you're supposed to do like all this, like clean tables, clean floors, clean ceilings, clean everything. You know what I'm saying? Whatever a janitor does. Clean toilets, clean the kitchen, all that. But also being diverse with your roles or something and knowing a couple of other things. Like, hey, a janitor can know like accounting, or a janitor can know a little bit of social skills here and there. Like, that could help. And also when it comes to multiple languages, being diverse, especially in today's world when it comes to jobs, is very important. So when that being said, when it comes down to voice acting roles, I feel like you should voice act whoever. I mean, we've seen Christina V. Like Christina V is a good example, a person that I met in a convention that voice act like someone that is like half French and half like Asian, from Miraculous Ladybug. I'm talking about Marinette Jupeng Chang. And also, the voice actor is not even Chinese. She's not even French. Is she French? I don't know. There could be something of French. I mean, some Latinos are French, but she isn't. But she still voice acts. So it's like, you don't really need, like, it's only when it comes down to, I guess, white people voice acting black people, like, it's kind of weird. I totally get that point. But some people that are black or some that are white, what's wrong with them voice acting an anime character or someone that is not really from America or something like that? Like, if a black person wants to voice act a Russian, or, some white dude wants to voice act, I don't know, like freaking... like Native American or something like that. I feel like we were getting to that point. And maybe it's because when it comes down to roles of live action, I feel like, yes, when it comes to a certain race, listen, Superman is white. I feel like definitely 100% doesn't, shouldn't be really acted by a black person. I feel like that's weird, It's just strange to me because there is others, characters. There's other superheroes that are black, okay? Miles Morales, Blade, the whole 9 yards. But, just stick with the roles that you like. I don't want, all these Asian characters in Marvel or DC or whatever being replaced by whites or blacks or any of it that isn't Asian, But when it comes to the voice acting roles thing, it's kind of different. I don't know. With that being said, I can go on about this, but there's people that talk about this that are highly more qualified than me. I'm just here ranting. I just know it's the news, and I'm telling y'all about it. And to me, yeah, it's a sticky situation, but that's the internet. Anyway, Skate 4 is here. Yes, you heard me right. Who would ever thought the day would come? I've been looking around TikTok and all that. Skate 4 is all over the place, but no one had the audacity to tell me. No one's really telling me. I just see it online. I'm just like, where is this? Don't tell me this is only exclusive to the freaking PS5 to consoles, but for PC players, like where that at? Huh? Where that at? Where is the Skate game, the new Skate game coming out? Skate 4. I'm gonna call it Skate 4. I know the creators of it said like it's not Skate 4. Shut up! I'm gonna call it Skate 4. I'm old enough to actually play Skate 1, 2, 3. I love the Skate series. So I'm going to call it Skate 4. I don't give a damn. But yeah, Skate 4. Where it at? I don't see it on PC. I don't see it on Steam. Where are they playing this damn game? Like, seriously. And it looks so good. People are already freaking doing levels on skyscrapers, on crazy tricks all over TikTok. And you didn't, like, where is the damn game? Anyways, Next up, Rayman Alive. This is a showcase showcasing Rayman games, all games dedicated to the Rayman series. If you're old enough to actually remember, all the Rayman games with the person with no limbs and I don't even know what he is actually. I don't know if he's an animal or something, but it's just this character with no limbs that is from Ubisoft, and yeah, became a sensation for many people that grew up with it. And yep, there is a whole bunch of new stuff, rebrand remakes of Rayman games that are coming out. And this is the showcase that did it, called Rayman Alive Showcase. It looks pretty cool. I'm looking forward to some of the mods. I wonder what that's all about. But yeah, also anime news, our animation news. Yeah, TBC's alive. I've been wondering what happened to her. I've been, watching. It's a person that I follow for the longest time. But yeah, TBC was sick. I don't know how that happened. I'm not sure what's going on even in her country at all. There is I heard there's sickness all over the globe in terms of certain major areas that they're getting hit with either COVID or some other freaking disease that I don't even know about, that I don't even know if it existed. Listen, here in America or some places in America, we are already dealing with radioactive shrimps. Where that freaking came from? Okay, why in the Pokemon did the radioactive shrimps? Of course, there's radioactive shrimps. What else? But yeah, shout out to TVC. Hopefully she's getting better. Prayers. But anyways, I'll see you when I see you. One love with a piece. That's it for this VinzTalk. I don't know who's going to see this or watch this. I'm out of these streets. One love with a piece. God bless.